Thank you for joining this show, Dr. Majumdar. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, so let's start with your journey. What motivated you to get into this, field or the industry of healthcare?
See, basically, I come from a very foodie Gujarati family.
Okay.
So everyone was so foodie and diabetic also. So सबको ऐसा होता है कि सबके 400 शुगर होते हैं लेकिन खाना सबको सब कुछ है. सो मुझे हमेशा एक डर रहता था कि यार मैं भी डायबिटिक ना हो जाऊँ लेकिन खा तो मैं सब कुछ पाऊँ. सो दैट वाज अ क्लिक कि मैं आगे जाके डॉक्टर बनूँ, ऐसी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी या डिसीज ना हो, ऐसा इन्वेंशन करूँ कि डायबिटीज़ भी ना हो और खाने को भी सब कुछ मिले.
Okay. So I'm sure that by now, being in the industry, you must have identified some ways, which we'll talk later, but there are some ways you have identified where people like me who are foodie and, our listeners can enjoy the food and control the diabetes as well.
100% एंड टेक्नोलॉजी ही वो चीज़ है जिसने ये चीज़ आइडेंटिफाई की है और नाउ वी कैन ईट एनीथिंग एंड कंट्रोल आवर शुगर्स और आवर हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल.
That is great. So tell us, what are the some of the biggest challenges that this industry has faced, maybe, post COVID?
Like before COVID and post COVID, there is lot of trust issues on technology and specifically on doctors, because like you'll type a paracetamol, like simple paracetamol, and Google will tell you a rare side effect of cancer. So people will ask
Is
often,
it?
yeah, doctor, this pill can create a cancer. So we have to educate people. So right now, rather than treatment, we are focusing on educate. Let's educate patient first, then treat the patient.
Yeah, so मैंने कहीं पे पढ़ा था कि now India has 140 crores doctors because now everyone has access to so much of information and कई बार ये information उनको mislead भी करती है. Do you face this challenge?
Agreed. See, in the era of Google and WhatsApp university, you know that there are many misleading informations which is put by only us only. So everyone is a doctor here. Everyone come with their own solution. So we have to say sometime, oh, are you a doctor or you are finding solution from us? That is the bigger challenge, and specifically in one word, trust.
Correct. So with this rapid advancement into technology, what do you see that this new evolving doctors should take care of? Because for them they are, as they say, they're post COVID doctors. What do you think about them?
Sri, let's go back to the school. We studied on the blackboard, maybe on the whiteboard. But right now with the AI and the VR, now young doctors are studying on latest apps and 3D models. So they are very precise on their technology, their ability and their skills. So younger doctors are very, very, very skilled, and the latest generation of our healthcare providers are very connected with data also, so they tick mark every point.
So do you try? Are you trying to say that the new doctors are better than the traditional ones?
No, I can always feel it's a mixture, experience and technology. When they met, they can create a bigger picture.
So technology has played, and it's been playing a huge role in the healthcare.
True.
How do you see the healthcare in the next 10 decades? With the help of this evolving technologies.
Right. In specifically India, right now many generations are following old traditions in specifically healthcare system. But right now, past few years, there are time changing and impactful technology came. We are not saying like one or two machines, but the impactful technology. Like an example, there is VR.
Correct.
VR is a technology where there are a lot of psychiatric patients in the world. Due to VR, we are encouraging that people, and we are learning their brain how to solve these bigger psychological issues in the world.
Okay. So these technologies are actually helping to reach the healthcare facilities to
100%.
okay
Yeah.
the greater mass.
The greater mass.
The recent the global push that has happened post COVID with the wars in place, do you see a telemedicine in the spotlight, and do you anticipate the increase or decrease of telemedicine in the years to come?
With medico legal issues on and off, yes, now telemedicine is broadly accepted in India also. Like with telemedicine, we can cater grassroots level ऑडियंस एंड द पेशेंट्स। लाइक अभी क्या है, गांव-गांव में ईसीजी मशीन नहीं है, रेटिनोपैथी का चेकअप नहीं है। सो विद दिस काइंड ऑफ ऐप, टेलीमेडिसिन, स्मॉल और छोटे डॉक्टर्स, बड़े डॉक्टर्स या कोई सुपर स्पेशलिस्ट डॉक्टर ग्राउंड लेवल पे किसी भी विलेज में किसी भी पेशेंट को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, उसकी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं।
Amazing.
फर्स्ट, दिस इज द बेनिफिट, एंड द मेजर बेनिफिट इज डेटा. We are tracking all data with the telemedicine, like every prescription, every test he has done, every single radiological investigation she has done or he has done. So in future we can see how bigger problem, how bigger disease, means the early diagnosis and early detachment is coming with the telemedicine.
Okay. So telemedicine is going to be a future. Do you think so?
Yes, we can say in a way. Like right now, मोबिलिटी ऑफ अ पेशेंट, पहले क्या होता था, एक सिटी से दूसरे सिटी पेशेंट सिर्फ डॉक्टर को दिखाने आते थे, आज किसी को एरिया भी चेंज नहीं करना है,
Correct.
राइट? फॉर अ super specialist doctor or a specialist to cater that grassroots level of village patients
Hmm.
is not possible right now due to the technology advancement, traffic issues, and our fast life. So yes, telemedicine is the future.
But आपको ये लग रहा है कि telemedicine is good for second opinion, और हमारे पेशेंट्स कैन गो विद द टेलीमेडिसिन इन द फर्स्ट गो
No,
इटसेल्फ?
it is individual. Like certain kinds of easy patient, like बुखार के पेशेंट हो गए, पेन के पेशेंट हो गए, छोटे मोटे सर्दी खांसी वाले पेशेंट हो गए, तो उसको टेलीमेडिसिन से वी कैन केटर ऑफ. बट इन हायर मैनेजमेंट, लाइक देर इज अ पेशेंट ऑफ कैंसर, देर इज पेशेंट ऑफ न्यूरोलॉजिकल डिसीज, देर इज पेशेंट ऑफ मेजर गायनेकोलॉजिकल डिसीजेज वेर क्लिनिकल checking is more important. When there is telemedicine is lacking, so I always say mixture of everything. When there is a point when telemedicine need to do that, so additional time of doctor is saving by the
Correct.
telemedicine.
So it's not an alternative of
No, no.
going to the hospital, right? It is going to
Yes,
be always, maybe you can say that whatever can be treated at home, you can maybe trust on telemedicine.
true. A doctor patient communication and a doctor's touch on patient is important.
Okay.
So in a way, mixture of both can helpful to everyone.
Okay. With the technology, the evolvement that has happened, we have seen a lot of wearables coming in the market, like the way I'm wearing, probably one you are wearing. Do you think that has an impact on the patient's health, or does it help in, identifying or detecting the problem? Because that's what they claim. Do you think that helps?
It helps very much. How? I can give in one example. I can say these variables to, like, it is my mummy, like my mother. मैं इसको मम्मी बोलता हूँ, क्यों? क्योंकि जैसे अपनी माँ अपने को हर चीज़ में टोकती है अच्छी चीज़ करने के लिए, ये वेरिएबल डिवाइस टोकते हैं। पानी कम पिया, नोटिफिकेशन आ जाएगा। इफ़ देयर इज़ मेजर आपकी स्लीप डिस्टर्ब है, आ जाएगा। अगर आप ढंग से, आपका माइंडफुलनेस क्लियर नहीं है, इट विल गिव अ नोटिफिकेशन। अगर आपको हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है, तो इट विल नोटिफाई यू। आपकी ईसीजी रिदम चेक कर लेता है। कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि दे विल गिव द नोटिफिकेशन कि ओके खड़े हो जाओ, आपको थोड़ा चलना पड़ेगा। सो यस, it gives an impact in the life of busy people and who is health conscious.
I've experienced this, and I heard a lot of people saying कि ये सारे wearable device एक बंदे को पहनाओगे तो हो सकता है कि सब में रिजल्ट्स अलग आए.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that happening even with my family.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on is like, किस पे ट्रस्ट करे, किस पे ट्रस्ट ना करे, और सबसे पहले कि ये ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं, वो करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, बिकॉज वी डोंट नो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विद द
See,
डेटा.
doctors are the only क्या बोलते हैं जिसको आप भरोसा कर सकते हो. यू कैन ऑलवेज कीप अ लूप विथ अ डॉक्टर एंड सिलेक्ट योर वेरिएबल्स. लाइक टेक्नोलॉजी सब में डिफरेंट होती है. एक स्मार्ट वॉच आपको 2,000 रुपये की मिलेगी, एप्पल की आपको 50,000 रुपये की मिलेगी. तो ऑलवेज देर इज़ अ टेक्नोलॉजी डिफरेंस इन इट. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वियरिंग इज़ a good habit, but what to wear, where to wear, and where to take a habit, it's a main game. So always take a doctor's loop कि वो क्या कहना चाहते हैं, आपको क्या ज़रूरत है. एवरीथिंग इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी. सो टेक्नोलॉजी डिफरेंस इन अलग, मतलब डिफरेंट वेरिएबल्स आर द मेजर कॉज.
सो ये जो डेटा जो वेरिएबल्स में आते हैं, do you think that data can be trusted for a long term treatment of patients?
Yes, 70%, not 100%, because every variable or every device had that specific efficacy. Indian government always check and QC these variables, so they give a proper full page review first. Okay, this data is like 70% accurate. So you can see this is for early diagnosis, not for the treatment. So we
Okay.
cannot delay, we cannot trust on the fully. Ke
We cannot
bhai,
100% trust on the
yes,
data that is given.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. We have seen, people using or rather misusing these variables, and they become extra conscious with the data. What are your thoughts on this?
100%. You are 100% right. I have seen many patients who get depression due to wearable devices. Like we are standing on the mid of the traffic and someone saying, "Oh, loud environment."
Hmm.
Some wearable gives that notification, and the
They get
patient or the
disturbed.
yeah, they get disturbed, and the psychological diseases comes. So yes, over stimulating नोटिफिकेशन कैन क्रिएट प्रॉब्लम्स इन ह्यूमन लाइफ. जो जिसको जो जरूरी है वही करना चाहिए. दैट इज द अल्टीमेट एडवाइस आई गिव.
So, according to you, what are some of the most promising innovation in technology that is there in today's date, and that is going to come according to your research and
Okay.
knowledge?
See, there are many. We cannot point out one robotics or one or two machines, but we will say about let's technology. So there is a technology called 3D printing.
Hmm.
Right now, in this era, everyone has fast life.
Correct.
Accidents are many, traumas are many. With 3D printing, we can make prosthetics like very good.
But वो तो अभी भी मिल रहा है.
Not that specific specification.
अच्छा.
With implants also, like any TKR means total knee replacement or hip replacement हो रहा है. With 3D printing we can individualize the implants. अभी क्या है, सब generalized है. One is a palliative therapy and one is individualized therapy. We can individualize everything with 3D printing. मतलब आपको या मुझे कुछ होता है तो अपनी बॉडी के अनुसार AI और 3D printing technology can generate anything.
So I assume that you are overly occupied with the flow of the patients and then your family. How do you keep yourself updated so much with this technological innovation? Because whatever you are saying, I'm getting a lot of insights from that. So how do you keep yourself updated?
See,
Do you have any specific place where you get updates? Because this is going to help our listeners also.
See, that is mine and my wife's bedtime only. We discuss, see, digitalization is the new normal.
Hmm.
We have to update it with the technology. Otherwise, we'll be at the corner. So, every time at the bedtime, we discuss about the technology and we implement in our hospital. Like, we are paperless and we track all the records of our patients in our computers. पहले क्या होता था, सब कुछ लिखाई घिसाई होती
वो
थी.
केस पेपर बनता था, केस फाइल बनती
हाँ,
थी
कभी
एंड
खो गई, जल गई, गीली हो गई.
मिस हो
अभी
गई.
या अभी वी ट्रैक ऑल रिकॉर्ड्स. लाइक देयर आर मेनी ऐप्स हू ट्रैक आवर मेडिकल रिकॉर्ड्स. आप दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में यू कैन जस्ट वन क्लिक एंड यू कैन एक्सेस इट. तो कहीं पे भी इमरजेंसी आती है तो यू कैन एक्सेस दैट डेटा एंड गेट ट्रीटेड.
Are these data secure? Because in US and UK, they have a lot of focus on the data security of patients, right? इंडिया में आपको लगता है कि वो इतना सिक्योर डेटा है हमारा? एंड डू यू थिंक दैट पेशेंट शुड गिव ऑल द डेटा टू द डॉक्टर्स?
येस, पेशेंट शुड गिव ऑल द डेटास टू द डॉक्टर्स, बट टेक्नोलॉजी में या कोई कंपनी ऐप बना रही है तो आई कैन नॉट से कि डेटा इज सिक्योर्ड, बिकॉज वी कैन सी इन द न्यूज़ पेपर्स एंड द चैनल्स दैट डेटा इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड एवरीवेयर. But in future aspects, in future healthcare, data is the king. Like I can give an example. There is a disease called Kawasaki disease,
Okay.
where it is very difficult to diagnose. This is a children disease.
Mm-hmm.
It is very difficult. But with this data only, with this kind particular photographs, particular history, particular treatment, we are identifying with AI and we are giving better outcomes for this disease, and we can save children. So
Okay.
sometimes data is very important. If data ही नहीं होगा तो how can technology and this industry go ahead?
But do you see, or do you know, or do you think that the government is working on securing this data?
Hope so.
Okay.
Hope so.
Okay, because people are very sensitive this day with, with their data,
True.
right? In US, you have social security number the way we have Aadhaar card here,
Yes.
right? But we keep sharing our Aadhaar card details, and
Everywhere.
everyone asks for it, right? Over there, SSN, the social security number, is not easily accessible. Only last four digit is usually they ask.
Right.
So if this kind of initiatives are not secured with the data, right? Do you feel that there has to be, or there is a requirement of getting some policy where the data is secured?
100% वो पॉलिसी पहले से ही है. हम किसी भी पेशेंट का पर्सनल डेटा या डिसीज किसी को भी डिक्लेयर नहीं कर सकते. इन अ वे, इफ देर इज अ एप्लीकेशन और देर इज अ डेटा प्रोवाइडर हु कलेक्ट्स एवरीथिंग एंड gives to someone, like you have a diabetes example and you are getting all notifications of like remedies and 2 दिन में diabetes reverse कर दो या this is CGMS monitor who can cover 24-hour sugars, so you will be like irritated.
Hmm.
So yes, loopholes are there, but in my idea, we have to provide data for the betterment of the next generation.
You talked about this CGMS, right, which you put it here and it
Yes,
monitor. Do
yes,
you actually think that works?
it works. Yeah, when there is a type 1 diabetes where the variability of sugars are very high,
Hmm.
yes, it is very, very important. But in type 2 diabetes, it is not required at all. When your sugars are in control, but everyone is like putting CGMS on the hand and going like a
No, that
tradition.
that has become the style statement.
Yes, so that is misuse of the technology.
Okay, but does it really track the data required? I mean, does it help in people who are not wearing it and people who are wearing? What is the difference in treating or getting the data out of it?
See, right now there is a specific field called precision medicine.
Hmm.
Like there is an individual target of disease, individual target of medicine, and individual target of therapy. Like we can say is in a psychiatric patient, हम behavior therapy करते हैं.
Correct.
जैसे in diabetic patient who is required, who is variable sugar therapy, we can suggest CGMS. If not, then there is no use, it's just only a headache. But right now when टेक्नोलॉजी जैसी आगे बढ़ रही है वैसे वैसे ये प्रॉब्लम्स तो आएगी कि वो फैशन बनेगा.
Okay, so I know that doctors and CA, they are noble profession. They are not allowed to do marketing, right? But then I've seen doctors doing marketing with this that CGMS device. What's your take on it? And do you promote it?
No, I don't. See, let's change the word. Not market, but educate. So doctors can educate with these devices, of course, not with marketing. Uh, Devices are just for education only. Yes, if someone is getting benefited from these devices, patient can market that,
Correct.
not doctors.
So you are not
No.
pro for it. Okay.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can see many Instagram ads going on.
Correct.
10 दिन में diabetes reversal with this device and that device, but it is not correct. So we are not focusing on marketing and all. If a technology is good, it will say by itself only.
Okay. So basically, as per the oath that you take,
Yeah.
you are not supposed to do it.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to talk about some of the healthcare technologies that is prevailing and which is going to improve the patient's experience at the hospitals and the clinics?
Yes. Let's go back to the COVID era, which you have seen also and we have seen also. Vaccine came in just 8 and 9 months. Decades back it has taken 10 years, 12 years. Latest there is a technology called mRNA technology.
Hmm.
So in with this technology we can study genes
Hmm.
and we can provide vaccines and the cancer medicines and the new therapies very early and very easily. So this is the next game for the technology. Then the second we can say is VR, virtual reality. uh, in psychiatric patient, VR is the best therapy right
Acha.
now. Without we have very less quantity of psychiatrists in the
Country.
country. So with VR, we are catering a very big ground capacity,
Hmm.
and these diseases are going on with the rocket speed. The mental disorders, which is the biggest taboo right now. 3D printing we have already talked. telemedicine you talked very well. So these are some of the latest technologies which will impact the ground. One more technology we can say is like neurotechnology and biotechnology. There are many courses are going on biotechnology. With this technology, like we are sitting in this city, there is zero point 0.3 Tesla MRI machine and there is 3 Tesla MRI machine. So we can get precise diagnosis very easily in the nearest street. So these technologies are giving very early detection of any diseases. Like we have precision medicine, target therapies. Like पहले क्या होता था कि आपको कैंसर डिटेक्ट हुआ जैसे एक जनरल थेरापी, कीमोथेरापी, रेडियोथेरापी जिसको बोलते थे वो होती थी। इफ पेशेंट बचता है तो ठीक है, नहीं बचता है तो नहीं। लैक ऑफ डेटा, लैक ऑफ थेरापी। राइट नाउ देयर इज स्पेसिफिक टारगेट जीन थेरापी
Okay.
which will specifically target the gene.
Hmm.
सो दैट इज़ द एडवांसमेंट। राइट नाउ अभी क्या हो रहा है कि आपको जैसे एलर्जी हुई, किसी अपने व्यूअर्स को जैसे एलर्जी हुई, वो एलर्जी टेस्ट कराएगा। इट डॉक्टर विल गिव द बिग लिस्ट ऑफ द एलर्जेंस कि इसको डस्ट से है, माइस से है, पोलन से है, इससे है, उससे है, एप्पल से है। लेकिन राइट नाउ वी हैव जेनेटिक टेक्नोलॉजी इन द एलर्जिक फील्ड कि एप्पल के अंदर के बीज में से भी एलर्जी है ना, तो भी आपको प्रिसाइजली वो देगा। सो यू कैन
Amazing.
ईट होल एप्पल एंड यू कैन लीव दैट
जो
सीड।
seeds जो है वो छोड़ दो.
सो दैट इज द
Is
एडवांसमेंट।
it really possible to get that level of precision?
100% it is there, 100% with genetic studies. Like in the era of test tube babies, surrogacy and everything, it is in hands on right now and it is very common.
Okay. A little controversial question that I'm going to ask. Post COVID, there were this news I've heard, lot of WhatsApp forwards that because of this, the COVID medicine, people are getting diabetic or they're getting some other disease. What's
Mhm.
your take? And you need to give us some, you need to enlighten us for this.
See, no, it is not correct. But every medicine has a side effect. That is a absolute correct sentence. So in COVID era, life-threatening disease was there. People were tried everything to save from these diseases. Like unusual use of steroids can create diabetes in the later stage. Unusual and overuse of antibiotics can create antibiotic resistance. So पेशेंट्स ज़्यादा बीमार हो जाते हैं। ऐसा सुना है और ऐसा हमने हमारी ओपीडी में देखा भी है कि यंगर पेशेंट्स को भी हार्ट अटैक्स आ रहे हैं। दैट इज़ अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एविडेंस कि येस देयर इज़ अ चेंज इन जेनेटिक्स और देयर इज़ सम चेंज इन द पेशेंट्स हेल्थ व्हिच कैन क्रिएट दिस काइंड ऑफ साइड इफेक्ट्स इन बॉडी। इट इज़ ट्रू बट नॉट फॉर द स्पेसिफिक रीजंस। अभी पेशेंट को इतनी ज़्यादा अवेयरनेस हो गई है, जिम्स फुल है, हेल्थी खाना खा रहे हैं, फिर भी ये चीज़ हो रही है, तो दैट इज़ अ आई मार्किंग।
But it is not because of the medicine or the vaccination that they have taken.
Not specific medicine in the vaccination. Yes, it can be a combination of everything. एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ मैं आपको। हम I have treated more than 3,000 patient in the
The
COVID
COVID
era of
era.
2-3 months, right? So सबको वो जो उकाला बोलते हैं हम हमारे लैंग्वेज में, वो सब पीते थे। Like and post 3-4 months everyone getting a gastric ulcers and everyone going into the endoscopies. So not everything is for everyone. So everything, every medicine, every vaccine or any of the substance which is going inside has a side effect.
Okay.
So not specifically vaccines and
So
the
it depends
medicines.
on person to person the way they consume it.
How
The
they consume it, when they consume it, and how much they consume it.
Okay. So overconsumption of anything is not good.
Injurious to health.
And as you said that every medicine has some side effects. If you want to avoid it, you need to take care of. You need to consult the right
Yes.
doctor.
With the right dose, sorry to disturb, with the right dose, with the right amount, and at the right time, with the advice of doctor, any medicine should be taken. Not over the counter, not with the pharmacist, or not with the anyone
So you
else.
you you suggest our listeners to not go to pharmacy or chemist store and ask for the medicines, or is it a good?
There are two specific category of medicines. Like one is over the counter and one is prescription based. You can use over the counter medicine which government has regularized. You can go anywhere and take it. But for the prescription medicine, you cannot go any to chemist and let's give me this antibiotic or painkiller. I have this. you have to go through the doctor only, which all the Western countries has this system.
Hmm. But we have seen, I have experienced myself. If you're not feeling good or you're unwell, you go to a chemist or the pharmacist and you tell them, and they prescribe or they give you the medicine. Is this the right way?
This is not the right way. Here it telemedicine comes. If telemedicine is available, then patient can virtually connect with the doctor and prescribe the medicine, so he or she has not go to physically to the doctor, and they can get easily medicine at the home.
Okay. Can you suggest some of the telemedicine portals? I'm aware of Practo, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I personally used it during COVID because
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of things that we were not allowed in the hospital unless we have a COVID. So I know about Practo. Any other?
See, Precto is the leading one who gives the online portal to the all doctors, which is a like a marketplace.
Hmm.
But every hospital has telemedicine software and the applications. Every individual doctor has that system, and right now on the App Store and the Android store, there are many free apps which covers all the doctors who take on board all the doctors and give these services, and it is very cheap also.
Okay.
So yes, you can do that, but again I said before, in the specific disease, in the specific control.
Okay. All right. So I think we talked much on the technology side of
Yes.
the healthcare. Now let's change or shift our gears to on your on your personal side. Would you like to share a story or an incident that inspired you most? In this entire journey of the healthcare, being a healthcare professional.
Yes, of course. Like I want to share one quote with you. First, पहले क्या होता था? If you are wealthy, if you have a luxury, then junk food is the luxury. Right now, healthy food is the luxury.
Hmm.
पहले अच्छे घर के लोग, अमीर लोग जंक फूड खाते थे तो वाहवाही होती थी।
Hmm.
अभी वो चीज़ डिफरेंट है। अभी हेल्दी फूड इतना, ऑर्गेनिक फूड मिलना इतना मुश्किल है। तो दैट इज़ द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी। टेक्नोलॉजी ने हमको ये सिखाया है कि क्या सही है, क्या गलत है। पहले जंक फूड इतना ज़्यादा चलता था, इतने डिसीज़ेज़ आ गए, इन्वेंशंस हुए, पीपल वेंट टू योगास, पीपल वेंट टू दिस ऑर्गेनिक foods and healthy food gyms. People are right now health conscious, so this is the biggest impact in our life from technology only.
Yeah,
So
but
this is the biggest impact in my life, ke how technology and doctors can bring change in the ground level society, how we early detect the disease, how diagnosis comes in the minute. Because in the Western countries right now, if you are going to a polyclinic or in big hospital, you just do a paperwork and your number will come in the 6 month or 7 month.
hmm.
But in India, with less technology, if you have contacts and you have some money, you can get diagnosis within seconds or within hours.
Hmm.
That in India, medical is so much easily accessible.
Hmm.
That gives me the challenge, that gives me the encouragement, how I can be impactful in our patient, in my patient's life.
Okay. Um I'm very much sure that because of this, profession that you are in, you might have faced some challenges on your personal life, and you must have overcome them. Would you
Every day.
like Would you like to share something about that?
Every day. Yeah. Yesterday night, me and my wife, she's also a physician,
Okay.
were watching Kalki movie.
Okay.
Mr. Bachchan was breaking all the glasses of windows of other enemies, and suddenly I got a call from the hospital. Sir, glass break injury is coming. So we have to rush to the hospital also, and we have to, मतलब मूवी को बीच में छोड़ के हम भाग गए. That is our routine life, but we have to balance it. So small changes can make big difference in our stressful life, because we are totally committed to patient. There is no single day which is off for us. So we do gym together, we go for a movie, we go for a walk, or we sit on the Saturday night, see Netflix. These are small moments which can balance our stressful life and the personal life.
Do you think these are the sacrifices that come along with this profession?
Yes. Every young child in my decade, there is two options only. either become a doctor, either become an engineer. There was no cricketer or footballer or artist. So every biology specific child has a dream to become a doctor only.
Correct.
तब से वही सपना देखा है, तो that is a sacrifice we make each day to cure our patient. लेकिन हमसे अगर किसी एक पेशेंट की भी लाइफ बचती है ना, तो इट विल कवर इट ऑफ एवरीथिंग.
So this sacrifice is worth
वर्थ टू
giving.
लिव. यस यस.
Would you like to share a story with our viewers and listeners about something that that happened, or some incident where you felt that you actually made change in someone's life?
Uh, yes, of course. In our hospital, there are routine challenges we faces. Right now, rather than treating a patient, management is the biggest challenge. But when a patient came with a heart attack, there are no other cardiac hospitals here and there. That early diagnosis and that early treatment we give to a patient, which brings some 4 6 8 hours to patient's life, and then it will cure to a multi-speciality hospital, that gives smile to in our face. There are a lot of incidents, not specific one or two, which every day or twice come in our life, and they will give us the smile and that strength to give again a boost of again we will go to the movie, again we will see halfly and go to the hospital.
Okay. Um, Tell me whether you have any advice for this new generation doctors that are coming, or students who are studying in the medicine these days. Any advice or anything that you would like to share with them?
Yes, I'll give one advice to every young doctor. Digitalization is the new normal. Get it into the technology. Let's save some time and give it to technology and your field. It will give 100% benefits to your private practice and your knowledge.
Okay. Would you like to share any incident where you felt accomplished, that आज ऐसा लग रहा है कि this day is good, or I'm sure ऐसे बहुत दिन आते होंगे, but any particular incident that you remember?
ओके, आई शेयर वन इंसिडेंट. एक पेशेंट हमारे हॉस्पिटल में आया विच हैज़ अ सीवियर ब्रेन स्ट्रोक.
Okay.
We take it the patient into the ICU. We started the treatment and everything. The patient was gradually improving, but the family was very spiritual. We are not against the religion and the spirituality, but family was very spiritual, so they were doing Reiki, if
Okay.
you know the
Yes, yes,
Reiki
yes.
therapy. Indian people are very into the religion and the spirituality, but they were convinced that dad is not going to live up 2 or 3 days more, because that energy and spirituality from their side and their mind is saying their life is gone right now. But with specialist doctors and our specific treatment, he lived that day or 2 day or 3 day, and right now he is living life happily.
Amazing.
So to educate people right now, the daughter of that patient is happily saying no, allopathy and the advancement in the medical technology and the medical field can cure anything.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for this enlightenment conversation that we had. Any last words for our listeners and viewers of this podcast?
Thank you so much for inviting me again. And for all listeners, please be healthy, be have a healthy food, go to the gym, and do whatever you want to do, but in the limits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for helping everyone and giving so much of value, for our listeners and viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.